Now, another one that we've had from Front Page Tech is the iPhone 20. Now, you might be thinking, hold on, we're on the iPhone 17s here. Why are we jumping all the way to 20? Well, according to Front Page Tech, this will be the special edition for the 20th anniversary. Because remember, 2027 is going to be 20 years since the iPhone 1. So the first iPhone was released in 2007. So 2027 will be the 20-year anniversary. And remember, on the 10-year anniversary, we got the iPhone 10, even though it was the iPhone 8s that had been out, right? Because remember, some years they had the S. So they had like the iPhone 5S, for instance, things like 6S. So they kind of jumped. So we didn't get an iPhone 9, right? We went straight from the iPhone 8s, and then we had the iPhone 10. So in the same way, it looks like although we're going to get the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max this year, next year it's most likely going to be maybe iPhone 19 and 19 Pro, but then we're going to get this special edition for the 20th anniversary, which is going to be called the iPhone 20. Now, according to Front Page Tech, again, these are very early, but it's going to have rounded glossy edges. Kind of reminds me of the Apple Watch. A new display with a new color filter, which is going to make it brighter and thinner. And apparently Apple is also working on a new anti-reflective coating. So we've seen anti-reflective technology on Samsung's, for example, so maybe something similar to that. Under display Face ID to make it a full screen bezel-less display. And that would kind of make sense because, you know, you want it to stand out. So it's like nothing, no cutouts, no dynamic island, no notch, no punch outs, full screen. A custom HDR image sensor with a potential variable aperture. Looks like we will still be getting dual cameras, so not triple cameras. So according to these early leaks anyway, powered by the A21 chip, making it more efficient, faster. A silicon anode battery. Wonder how that will compare to a silicon carbon battery. I'm not technical enough to know the difference between those, right? And apparently might also have capacitive buttons with a very strong tactic vibration motor to make it feel like real buttons. Now, when I'm looking at the design, my initial thought is this looks more like a successor to the iPhone Air, right? Like, you know, the way it's the camera module is, the glossy edges that we have as well. So that's kind of the vibe it's giving me, that it's like, okay, we've got the iPhone Air. This is more of a successor to that, but they're going to carry on with the iPhone Ultra and the iPhone 19 Pro and Pro Max. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. It kind of reminds me of the Air, at least from what Front Page Tech is describing. My thing is that under display, camera is, will we still get open gate with that? I would love to know if we still get that. How is the image quality going to be for photos and video? That kind of stuff. Has Apple cracked that code? Because Samsung tried and then they stopped trying, or at least they stopped. So those aspects, but again, it will make the device stand out really uniquely. We've had devices in the past that have had no, cameras in the front. They look good, whether they've had like the sliding camera at the back or something else, but it looks very clean. It's a very nice aesthetic look. The capacitive buttons sound like a very interesting idea. It would be cool to see what other uses you can do with that and mapping those buttons and stuff like that. But and then the battery, who knows? It might be better, or it might have some advantages over silicon carbon, but at least they're doing something, Samsung. Just say, yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But this is where, like, I think it does kind of make sense because look, so Apple, you know, when they announced the iPhone 10, it was the first device with a notch, right? Almost all screen display. And that was kind of like that step. And then they obviously went to the dynamic island, which they've kept for quite a few years. And then now it kind of seems like the time where they're like, okay, this is the next step. This is the evolution. Face ID, getting the sensors behind the screen, I don't think should be much of a problem because, again, it's not producing images. It's just capturing the facial data and being able to get that onto your, to unlock your device, 3D facial data. I do agree. That'll be interesting if they have found a solution to having an under-display camera without hindering the quality. Um, Two cameras at the back. I mean, if this is what kind of makes me think it's more like an iPhone Air progression rather than the Pro versions, because, you know, the iPhone Air with a single camera. So it's like, okay, now you're going to get a dual camera. You're going to get a slightly thicker body, but it's going to be bezel-less. It's going to have no cutout, no dynamic island, and it's going to be a very premium like device that's going to be like jewelry. So it might not be the one that you go for. It might not be the standard like the Pro version, but it's going to be like a special version. Like this is the 20th anniversary, and this is the one. And then maybe they'll progress on that form factor, and maybe then we will get triple cameras on there and things like that.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think also it's a safe bet to introduce that under display camera on a special edition phone than on your mainline phone in the first place, right? And all
Yeah.
these other new technologies they add, like if this is a new battery tech, not saying that anything goes wrong with it, but at least you're isolating it on one line that you can actually make sure what everything kind of goes correctly with it. So all that stuff
Mm.
makes sense because just like the Air, it will probably feel like a mini successor to that as well. It's also like, oh, this is really new and special from Apple
Mm.
on 20 years of the iPhone. And then, like Saf, you mentioned, next year it's like, okay, now this feature is coming on all the Pro devices. You
Mm.
have that. We don't need to make a special, 21st edition anymore, right? Because that's just
Mm.
a 1 year thing. And then you
Yeah.
now have those features continue so that anybody who was like, I'm not sure, I want those three cameras or whatever reason, now you have it on the full line in 2028.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing because it's similar to like when they released the iPhone 10, the iPhone 8 and the 8 Plus didn't have a notch, right? They just had standard bezels, thick bezels on the top and bottom. And then when we went to the iPhone 11 series, that's when, all of them had the notch. And that was like, okay, this is the new way we're going. So maybe the iPhone 20, okay, we're getting under display selfie camera with Face ID. And then now this is what we're going to get going forward on our new devices post that in 2028. Again, very early, but looks interesting. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye on all of this. It's funny kind of discussing this before the iPhone 18
I
Pro and Pro
know.
Max and the iPhone Ultra are out. But hey, the news is there, and that's what we're here for, to cover what's out there. I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to hear the full podcast episode, then that will be linked down below. And if you want to see more clips like this, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss them.